Hello and welcome to Next on Stage Season 2. I'm your host, Richard Ridge. Tonight we'll be showing you clips from the contestants that made the top 30 in our high school category. They received the most votes during our opening voting period that reached over 10,000 votes in the very first day. The contestants moving on to the top 30 will be competing for a chance to move on to the top 15 and receive feedback from our esteemed judges next week on October 15th. Now, contestants should keep an eye on their emails for communication regarding the next round of voting. Now, before we get started, let's review our prizes. Both the college and high school winner will receive a Broadway prize pack with merchandise from Broadway World's Theater Shop, CDs from Broadway Records, and $1,000 to a charity of their choosing. And both first place winners will be given the opportunity to record a single which will be released on Broadway Records, with all of the proceeds from the recording being donated to the Actors Fund. Oh, but it gets even better. Additional prizes include a virtual voice lesson with Matt Farnsworth prior to recording your single, a session with Telsey and Company's Rachel Hoffman to hone in your audition skills, and a free subscription to Broadway World's Edu online classes of acting, singing, and dancing worth over $1,200. So, all right, here we go. It's time to meet our high school top 30.
And I thought, if I could just be 12 again, or was it 10? Well, anyway, it seems to me I knew the secret then. It's so simple, 12. It's so simple, 10. It was simple then. Where are my colored lights, beads, and bleachers, and colored lights, passing smiles round and round, flipping boom papa organ sound, noisier boys long and lean, giggles of girls in the mezzanine, filtered through colored lights. Soon I'll have mine. Takes headlights of wonderful, glittering, beautiful, shimmering, colored lights. I found a new baby. I found a new boy. That sweet talking baby has filled me with joy. His new way of loving is all that I crave. His sweet turtle dovin has made me a slave. Sweetest kiss, what a kiss full of bliss, can't resist somehow. Tells me lies, but he's wise, naughty eyes, mesmerize I vow. And how I don't mean maybe, I just had to fall. I found a new baby, that's all. Everybody looks at me, happiness is what they see. It is awfully nice to be on solid ground. He is charming, I confess, oh, more than you, but I digress. Tell me, darling, can you guess just what I have found?
A friend's not a cheap little phony creep or a jerk trying to make a deal. A friend is a person who most of all cares about what you feel. And nothing is harder than learning a friend isn't real. A friend sends notes back and forth all day and doesn't care that you can't spell. A friend knows that you have a crush on your teacher, but a friend will never tell. A friend's outside waiting the minute you both hear the bell. And if your heart is always breaking, 'cause the world is just not there, when you're at your worst, your friend's the first one there, giving you something to lean on, and that's what it means to be a friend. Even now I feel its heat upon my skin, the life of passion that pulls me from within, the life that I am aching to begin. There must be somewhere I can be astonishing.
Maybe the sun gave me the power, for I could swim Loch Lomond and be home in half an hour. Maybe the air gave me a drive, for I'm all aglow and alive. What a day this has been, what a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love. There's a smile on my face for the whole human race. Why, it's almost like being in love. Oh, the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when the bell starts to peal, I would swear I was falling. I could swear I was falling. It's almost like being in love.
You will be who you want to be. You can choose whatever heaven grants, as long as you can have your chance.
what's that playing on the radio? Why do I start swaying to and fro? I have never heard that song before, but if I don't hear it anymore, it's still familiar to me, sends a thrill right through me, 'cause those chords remind me of the time that I first fell in love too. Those magic changes, my heart arranges a melody. It's never the same, a melody that's calling your name. It begs you, please come back to me. Please return to me. Don't go away again. I'll make them play again. The music I wanna hear is once again you whisper in my ear. Whoa, my darling, oh yeah. I'll be waiting by the radio. You'll come back to me someday, I know. Been so lonesome since our last goodbye, but I'm singing as I cry, while the bass is sounding, while the drums are pounding. Beatings of my broken heart will rise to first place on the charts. Oh, my heart arranges, whoa, those magic changes. Whoa, 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 oh yeah. Ba, 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 ba.
Mama's afraid of crying. You know, she tries to hold it in. She's afraid of crying. And she can look at me with tears stuck in her eye. And I don't know why. I'm not afraid of anything, be it growing old or going out of style. I'm not afraid of anything. Who would give up what they want without a trial? Another mile. I'm not afraid.
There's a light in the darkness, though the night is black as my skin. There's a light burning bright, showing me the way. But I know where I've been. There's a cry in the distance. It's a voice that comes from deep within. There's a cry asking why. I pray the answer's up ahead, 'cause I know where I've been. There's a road we've been traveling, lost so many on the way, but the riches will be plenty, worth the price we had to pay. There's a dream in the future. There's a struggle that we have yet to win. And there's pride in my heart, 'cause I know where I'm going. Yes, I do. And I know where I've been.
was alone so long. I didn't even know that I was lonely. Out in the cold so long. I didn't even know that I was cold. Turn my collar to the wind. This is how it's always been. All I've ever known is how to hold my own. All I've ever known is how to hold my own. But now I wanna hold you too. You take me in your arms and suddenly there's sunlight all around me. Everything bright and warm and shining like it never did before. And for a moment I forget just how dark and cold it gets. All I've ever known is how to hold my own. All I've ever known is how to hold my own. But now I wanna hold you, now I wanna hold you close. I don't wanna ever have to let go. Now I wanna hold you tight. I don't wanna go back to the lonely life. Say that you'll hold me forever. Say that the wind won't change on us. Say that we'll stay with each other. And it will always be like this.
Pennies or nickels or dimes, we live in perilous times. I don't ask that you treat me nice. I'm not asking for pleasant conversation. I'm not asking for paradise. All I'm asking for is change. Hate me, but don't kick my shins. I'm where your kindness begins. Please, folks, do not spend time with me. I won't ask that you treat me like your mother. I'm not asking for sympathy. All I'm asking for is change. Change the government, change the mayor. It's not fair how lives evaporate. Change the system that made us what we are. I don't ask for hugs, just need money to buy more drugs. And if you folks pay, I'll go away. People walk by me with glee. I am what they'll never be. I don't ask that you tip your hat. I don't ask that you notice what I'm wearing. I could care less for things like that. All I'm asking for is change. Change, change, change. Pennies or nickels or dimes, we live in perilous times.
Go ahead, Throw your rocks at me from your little glass house and then take off running. You're no better than me. We've both made mistakes, haven't we? I won't undo what I'm doing to sit in judgment of what makes us human. I don't claim to be proud, but my head won't be hung in shame. I didn't plan it, but the light turned red and I ran it, and I'm still standing. It's not what I wanted, but now that it's right here, I understand it. A story written by my own hand. It's life biting right at your heels. I didn't plan it, but it's finally something to feel. Look around you, ain't no saints here, baby. We're all just looking for a little less crazy. And sometimes it's a hard left turn down a road you never thought you'd see. I didn't plan it, taking back what's been taken for granted, and I can't stand it. I'm sick of the way I've been waiting to break free. I needed saving, and a good mistake needed making. Maybe you need the same thing, something to feel, to race through your blood and remind you you're here, to open your eyes and look around and see the sky when you're on the ground. I didn't plan it, but that's life, and I'm finally feeling alive. It's not right, but it's mine, and it's mine. At least something to feel.
Safe behind these windows and these parapets of stone, gazing at the people down below me. All my life I watch them as I hide up here alone, hungry for the histories they show me. All my life I memorize their faces, knowing them as they will never know me. All my life I wonder how it feels to pass a day not above them, but a part of them. And out there, strolling by the sand, give me one day out there like ordinary men who freely walk about there just one day. And then I swear I'll be content with my share, just to live one day out there.
My name is Regina George, and I am a massive deal. I will grind you to sand beneath my Louboutin heels. This is what I get for helping someone lame fit in. Katie Herod, enjoy your temporary win. My name is Regina George. Regina is a fugly cow. Hey, Katie, how you like me now? Took my days with you. Took my nights with you. Those unfinished conversations we used to have still speak to me, and I write you letters every day that I never sent and you'll never see. All this wishful thinking gets me nowhere. I can't stay. Though my heart is broken, it keeps breaking every day. You took my hopes with you. Took my dreams with you. I keep thinking that you'll be calling. Everyone says that it's all in my head, and I can't accept it yet. I'm not ready to just give in. I know that I can't live in this pain with these feelings of regret. I can't comprehend this and pretend that I don't care. Any place I wanna be, I wanna see you there.
Celebration throughout us, it's all to do with me. And I'll stand there with a wizard, feeling things I've never felt. And though I'd never show it, I'd be so happy I could melt and so be for the rest of my life. And I want nothing else a light I held in such high esteem. When people see me, they will scream for half of Oz's favorite team, the Wizard and I.
Alikanamen, Alikanamen, Namen, Natsumatsum, Alikanamen. Let his flesh not be torn, let his blood leave no stain. Fully beat him, let him feel no pain. Let his bones never break, and however they try to destroy him, let him never die, let him never die. Alikanamen, Namen, Natsumatsum, Alikanamen, Alikanamen, Namen, Natsumatsum, Alika, Alika. What is this chanting? I don't even know what I'm reading. I don't even know what trick I ought to try. Fiyero, where are you? Already dead or bleeding? One more disaster I can add to my generous supply. No good deed goes unpunished. No act of charity goes unresented. No good deed goes unpunished. That's my new creed. My road of good intentions led where such roads always lead. No good deed goes unpunished.
Uppercase, double-spaced, everyone gets a taste and a brand new leather hat band. But to participate, let me reiterate, you must first put me in command. I'm the wonder, understand, under Wonderland. Put the reins in my hand, I'll do the rest. As soon as you've acquiesced, I'm the Mad Hatter, offering a little bit more. The Mad Hatter, giving you what you're looking for. I am your best worst case for the choice you faced, and the fastest rat in the race. It's me or the Queen, and her serene guillotine. There is nothing I won't do. There is nothing too taboo. I would lie, I would cheat, I would track you down and then hit delete toot sweet. So sweetie, let me repeat. I'm the Mad Hatter. Pledge allegiance while you still can. The Mad Hatter. More than just a hat with a plan. I am where you belong, the right kind of wrong, and I'll still be going real strong. The bottom line is everything will be fine.
The moon. First time I heard your voice, moonlight burst into the room, and I saw your eyes, and I saw your smile, and the world opened wide, and the world was inside of me. And I catch my breath, and I laugh and blush, and I hear guitars. You are so good for me. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you. Oh, the moon. Oh, the snow in the moonlight, and your childlike eyes, and your distant smile. I'll never be this happy again. You and I, and no one else. We've done this all before. and nobody knows, just you and me. It's our secret. This winter sky, how can anyone sleep? There was never such a night before. I feel like putting my arms around my knees and squeezing tight as possible and flying away.
There are giants in the sky. There are big, tall, terrible giants in the sky. You're way up high, you look below at the world you've left and the things you know. Little more than a glance is enough to show you just how small you are. When you're way up high and you're on your own in a world like none that you've ever known, where the sky is lead and the earth is stone, you're free to do whatever pleases you, exploring things you never dare, cause you don't care when suddenly there's a big, tall, terrible giant at the door. A big, tall, terrible lady giant sweeping the floor. And she gives you food and she gives you rest, and she draws you close to her giant chest, and you know things now that you never knew before. Not till the sky.
Guess mine is not the first heart broken. My eyes are not the first to cry. I'm not the first to know. There's just no getting over you. No, I'm just a fool who's willing to sit around and wait for you. But babe, can't you see, there's nothing else for me to do. I'm hopelessly devoted to you. But now there's nowhere to hide. Since you pushed my love aside, I'm out of my head, hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you.
There's a kind of a girl who can send your heart whirling away. But those are the kind you don't happen to find every day. You meet smart ones and tough ones, just good enough ones. They're fine, kid, go out there, enjoy. But in all of your life, you get only 3 shots at the real McCoy. And this one could be one of the great ones. Yeah, this one could be one of the ones you don't forget. If the stars in her eyes make your confidence rise like a rocket that's ready to blow, then she might be one of your great ones. Don't let her go. Don't, kid, don't. Now you know instantly when one of the 3 comes along
'cause she's gazing at you, and it's like you could do nothing wrong. All the sweet ones, the slight ones, the close but not quite ones, with them you just get what you see. But the great ones, kid, what they're showing you is the man you could be. And this girl could be one of your great ones. Yeah, this one could be one of the ones on who you bet. Do you fly off the rails with the wind in your sails? Whenever she sends you a glance, then she might be one of your great ones. Don't blow your chance.
What I wanted was to fall asleep, close my eyes and disappear, like a paddle on the stream, a feather on the air. Lily white and poppy red, I trembled when he laid me out. You won't feel a thing, he said, when you go down. Nothing gonna wake you now. Dreams are sweet until they're not. Men are kind until they aren't. Flowers bloom until they rot and fall apart. Is anybody listening? I open my mouth and nothing comes out, nothing gonna wake me now.
To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go, to right the unrightable wrong, to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow that star. No matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, then my heart will lie peaceful and calm as I'm laid to my rest, and the world would be better for this. That one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable. unreachable star. She made me give my promise, a terrifying promise. It's not the kind of promise made every day. To desecrate a temple, to trample on a flower, to catch a butterfly, and then just tear off its wings. It's worse than all of these things. To dim the sun before the summer ends, to burn the castle down before the princess is awake, to kill our love when it's still so alive. I could not do it, my heart would break. But I have given her my word, and if the time should come, I will do what I must. How could I? To dim the sun before the summer ends, to burn the castle down before the princess is awake, to kill our love when it's still so alive. I'll keep my word, and my heart will break. I'll keep my word, and my heart will break.
A stranger in white in a car going somewhere, going far. How it must feel to go racing wherever you please, flying as free as a bird with its tail in the breeze. Even the fish in the sea must be longing to fly, catching a glimpse of a stranger in white racing by. Oh God, are you there? What can I do to get you to look down and give in? Oh God, hear my prayer. I'm here in the field with my feet on the ground and my fate in the air, waiting for life to begin. Mama's contented and Tauntaun accepts what he gets. Happy for tea in their cup and no holes in their nets. Happy to have what they have and to stay where they are. They never even look up at the sound of a car. A stranger racing down the beach, racing to places I was meant to reach. My stranger, one day you'll arrive. Your car will stop and in I'll hop and off we'll drive. We'll drive. 'Cause when the villains fall, No one lights a candle to remember. No, no one mourns at all when they lay them down to sleep. So don't tell me that I didn't have it right. Don't tell me that it wasn't black and white. After all you put me through, don't say it wasn't true, that you are not the monster that I knew. 'Cause I cannot play the grieving girl in life, saying that I miss you and that my world has gone dark. I will sing no requiem. I will sing no requiem tonight.
Clink a glass and wipe your eye from my bygone days at Springbrook High. And the class I learned to dread, the ego buster they call Phys Ed. Basketball, baseball, football, stickball, volleyball, dodgeball, tetherball, kickball. Playing was bad, but worst of all was the ritual that came first of all. Last one picked, non-athletic. Last one picked, at sports I was pathetic. Other kids could tumble and run, but my coordination was totally Six guys left, stomach sinking. 3 guys left, my self-esteem was shrinking. Felt so ashamed I could have cried. Nobody wanted me on their side.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good.
I'm the greatest star. I am by far. But no one knows it. Wait, they're gonna hear a voice, a silver flute. Ah, 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 ah. They'll cheer each toot. Hey, this kid is terrific when I expose it. Now can't you see to look at me that I'm a natural Camille? As Camille I just feel
I've so much to offer. Listen, I know I'd be divine because I'm a natural cougher. Some ain't got it, not a lump. I'm a great big clump of talent. Laugh! They'll bend in half. Ever hear the story about the traveling salesman? 1,000 jokes. Stick around for the jokes. 1,000 faces. I reiterate, when you're gifted, then you're gifted. These are facts. I've got no axe to grind. Hey, what are they blind? In all of the world so far, I'm the greatest star.
There we have it, our high school top 30. Contestants should keep their eye on their emails for communication regarding the next open voting period. Thanks for tuning in, and please join us next week for our announcement of the top 15 on October 15th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to tune in this Friday night, October 9th at 8 p.m. for the finale of Next on Stage Dance Edition. Good night.